Many people believe that the more connections they have, the stronger they will be. More friends, more invitations, more conversations, more presence in other people's lives. It almost seems like always being surrounded by people is a sign of importance, acceptance, and even success. But the Stoics saw this in a very different way. For them, true strength was not found in being surrounded by people all the time. True strength was found in preserving the mind, protecting inner peace, and wisely choosing who would have access to your energy. Because the truth is simple, not every presence adds value. Some presences create confusion. Some people do not come bringing support, clarity, or growth. They come bringing noise, drama, complaints, comparison, envy, and anxiety. And when you spend too much time around this kind of energy, you begin to absorb patterns that were never yours. You start complaining more. You become more distracted. You doubt yourself more. You begin to react impulsively, lose focus, and slowly move away from the person you were trying to become. It is as if, little by little, the voices of others become louder than your own voice. The Stoics understood that the environment shapes character. What you listen to every day, the conversations you accept, the places you go, and the people you spend time with directly influence the way you think, feel, and act. If you spend too much time with negative people, you start seeing the world through the eyes of negativity. If you live close to people without direction, you may begin to normalize the lack of purpose. If you are always surrounded by dramatic people, chaos starts to feel normal. And perhaps the greatest danger is this: you get used to it. You get used to confusion. You get used to the lack of peace. You get used to always feeling emotionally tired. And when you finally notice, you are already living in a constant state of tension, trying to please, trying to explain yourself, trying to carry burdens that were never yours. But creating distance does not mean being cold. That is one of the biggest misunderstandings people have. Walking away does not mean hating someone. It does not mean wishing them harm. It does not mean becoming arrogant, indifferent, or superior. Creating distance means recognizing limits. It means understanding that your peace has value, that your mind needs protection, that your energy cannot be available to every person, at every moment, in every way. The Stoics taught that we do not control the behavior of others, but we do control how much we allow that behavior to affect us. You do not control who chooses to live complaining. You do not control who prefers drama. You do not control who lives without responsibility, without direction, or without balance. But you do control how much that person participates in your life. You control the entrance door. And when you begin to move away from what drains your energy, something changes inside you. The mind becomes quieter. The heart becomes lighter. Your decisions become clearer. You begin to hear your own voice again. You begin to realize what you want, what you accept, what you deserve, and what no longer belongs in your life. The right distance reveals many things. It shows who truly respects your limits. It shows who was only close because they had easy access to you. It shows who looks for you out of affection and who looks for you only out of convenience. And, above all, it shows who you are when you are no longer trying to please everyone. Sometimes, your strength will not come from new connections, but from the courage to walk away from the wrong ones. Not everyone deserves access to your intimacy. Not everyone deserves to know your plans. Not everyone deserves to occupy space in your mind. So observe honestly. After spending time with certain people, do you feel stronger or emptier? More inspired or more confused? More at peace or more anxious? Who brings you closer to your best version, and who pulls you away from it? Protecting your peace is not selfish. It is responsibility. Because when you allow anyone to enter your life, you hand over parts of your mind to influences that may not be aligned with the person you want to become. So learn to choose better. Choose those who bring you clarity, those who respect your silence, those who support your growth, those who do not turn everything into chaos, those who remind you of your strength, not your weakness. Walking away from what weakens you is also a form of courage. And sometimes, the most stoic decision you can make is simply to take one step back, breathe deeply, and protect your peace.